Now, I don't even like Chick-fil-A. I don't know about y'all, but I just don't eat that kind of stuff, you know. You probably never catch me at Chick-fil-A. But if I knew Trump was going to show up at Chick-fil-A, I'd go over there just to thank him. You know, I would go just to say thank you, Mr. Trump, for trying to fight for America. Thank you for still fighting, even when the hate is coming like crazy. Trump stops at the Chick-fil-A, buy like 31 milkshakes, and just start giving them out.
So can I have 30 milkshakes and also some chicken? I'm going to take care of the customers. Is business good? You're making a lot of money? Everyone can get rich, right? Excellent. Thank you very much. Look at the way you hold. You like each other, right? I think that's very nice. Have a good time. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. So we'll order 30 milkshakes. We'll give them out to the people, and we'll take some for ourselves. Okay?
Yeah, you know the haters are coming. You know, they're gonna come with the jokes, but Trump gonna give them all the smoke already. You know, the difference between him and Biden is I actually believe that Trump is genuine. He's been genuine. He's a businessman. He just goes into businesses and he's very natural when he goes in. You know, not unless you would think different if you were crazy. Okay, you gotta be insane. Okay, these are the people that vote for Biden. In my opinion, they're crazy. They're absolutely insane. A lot of them on medications too. I'm sorry. But Trump's got to do this stuff. He's got to just show up in black neighborhoods. I mean, that's what he's got to do. If you ask me, you know, I would, if I was him, I would go to all the black neighborhoods. I would just show up and let the mainstream media sweat. They see all the people gathering around him and loving him, you know. This would cause a lot of salt to pour. Okay, salty tears. It would be a lot of salty tears where Trump just started going to black neighborhoods and black barbershops, okay, with the Secret Service to like get a haircut. That'd be funny. That would be absolutely funny. But I want you to take a listen to this Fox clip. Young lady's going to talk about her experience with Trump at Chick-fil-A.
An unforgettable moment on the campaign trail for one voter who got a big hug from Trump at an Atlanta Chick-fil-A while he met with supporters. Watch.
I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you.
We love you.
Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a hug.
Please do.
Wow. Thank you.
Tell my mama I made it.
Look at the joy. Here to tell us about it is that young woman herself, Michaela Montgomery. She's also the founder of a grassroots political group to conserve the culture. Michaela, I've been waiting for this interview all morning.
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
So thanks so much for joining us. So you told the president when you were hugging him, I don't care what the media says, we support you. Tell me what you meant by that.
I am so glad that is the first question you asked me. So, of course, in the excitement of everything, I wasn't able to really relay my message, but the general consensus or social media would have you thinking that if President Trump were to show up to the HBCU campuses or walk around the AUC community, that like some angry mob would form or a riot would ensue and that he would not be welcomed. And clearly the sentiment in that room the other day was the complete opposite. He was very welcome. People were excited to see him. People showed up in support of him. And people, of course, were from all four institutions within the AUC. The local HBCU community in Atlanta, and they all showed up in support of him. So it's actually kind of crazy to see people in an uproar when all four institutions were legitimately represented and all four institutions were represented by said students who wanted to support President Trump.
You know, Michaela,
and I really appreciate that we were able to not only let him know that regardless of what social media says, you know, I know they're trying to make us think we're supposed to hate you, but we don't. And additionally, it was a learning experience for my students because they were able to see and experience firsthand how the media can warp the perception of an opinion or a person. Because like I said, to think that these students who attend these illustrious institutions aren't smart enough to make their own decisions, so much so that they would only show support for Trump because he bought chicken sandwiches and milkshakes.
It's offensive.
That in itself is the most disturbing disturbing part of it all, especially when you think about the fact that it was mainly urban media outlets that were doing everything in their power to turn other black people against these young black kids who simply were not shy to explore other options.
It's so incredible, and I think you hit it on the head. By the way, the former president, gave a lot of funding to HBCUs. One of the highlights of my childhood was my HBCU tour to figure out what college I wanted to go to. But tell me about the former president and his policies. What is it about him that is gravitating these young people toward the president? And a lot of people, traditionally, Republicans don't do well in Black America, but a lot of young Black Americans like the former president. What is it about him?
I think, and this is a sentiment I get a lot coming from the young people themselves, is that they feel like he's honest. They feel like this is somebody who, while we might not agree with how he says things, how he goes about things, at least he's telling us what it is. We don't feel like this is a snake in the grass waiting for his chance to bite us. This is somebody who's telling us, this is what my plan is, here's how I plan to execute it, here's the people involved, and here's how you can get involved. So they just feel like he's more relatable. And I don't say that to say that, like, you know, they all relate to him, but again, he gives you that relatable feeling to where it's like, hey, I'm just like you, you know me, this is what you said you wanted, here's what I'm going to try to do about it. They really feel like this is somebody who's talking to them and not just saying what they want to hear.
Exactly. Relatable, honest. That's what we're talking about here. Somebody who's actually going to do what they say they were going to do. All right. Not a snake in the grass, like she said. You know, I think Trump should continue doing these things. He should continue going out into the community. All right. He should keep pressing down in the Black communities. He should keep going to show up. This is a major key. People actually like Trump. They really like him wherever he goes. All right. They're not old and decrepit, civil rights movement activists. Okay. They're a lot younger people who are just listening to him talk and analyzing what he's saying and looking at his track record and looking at what he's doing. Not only that, but, we've got people my age and all age groups really, who love President Trump, just love his policies, love what he's doing in the communities. All right. Does he look like a racist individual to you? No. All right. He's a businessman. You can't be a racist businessman. You can, but you're not going to get very far. Okay. Go ahead and try that. Go ahead and try to open up a business and you're racist. I just had a guy I ran into the other day at the bank. They had closed down a bank thanks to Uncle Biden. I don't know. Had to go to a liberal city to go to a bank, but they closed. And I said, I can tell you why the bank is closed. I know why they closed. The businesses are doing bad. They're not getting customers. A woman comes out of the bank because they were sitting in there. The workers came out and explained to us, that was the case, that, no one's coming into the bank. They had to close it down. This bank's been open for years. Okay. We've been going there for many years. It's a credit union. And guy comes up, he pulls up behind us. His wife was already at the bank machine, but he pulls up. And I was like, man, this is crazy. I was like, we got to start doing something about this as men, Our businesses are shutting down. Look all around you, He's like, yeah. He's like, and the Black businesses need to do well. He's like, this is awful. The Black businesses, he said, there's a white restaurant over there. They do really well. He said, but my Black restaurant not doing good. I said, I wonder why. I wonder why your Black restaurant isn't doing well. Maybe you ought to stop looking at it that way. I said, because all of us should be doing well. Don't you want all businesses to do well? If your business is doing well, my business can do well. If my business is doing well, somebody else's business can do well because I can give them business. That's just how business is. But when you go ahead and talk about skin color, how brown you are, how Black and how unfair things are, people don't want to be around you. People don't want to do business with people like that. Okay? They just don't. I had to change myself. I used to think that white folks were against me too. That's the way I was raised, but the more and more I were around them, I just figured they were just regular people. So my point is that, you go into business and you treat everyone equally. That's how it goes. And that's when you can have the most success. Trump understands that. And I think a lot of young folks are starting to understand what he understands. And he's very straight up and very straight to the point. And that's the kind of person we need. Someone that's going to be truthfully honest with us. Rather have that than someone, like she said, a snake in the grass. This has been Yup, I Said It, guys. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel, please. I want to get these videos out there. I want you to please share them with everyone you can possibly could. You can look through my catalog here. I've got a lot of great videos that can help explain things to maybe someone who might not understand what's happening in the state of politics. Thank you all very much.